hello, hello. Anybody out there? Anybody out there? Hello, hello. Hello. Hi, Renato. Hi, Cherry. Hi, Mike. Hello, Ragrok. Hello, 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 everyone. So, welcome to Instagram live stream that I haven't done for ages. Oh my God. And today, the live stream is super special because I'm not the only one talking today. I'll have Kristina joining me. Kristina, okay. Having you here. Can you join us? Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Awesome. Everyone say hello to Kristina. So guys, how are you doing, Kristina?
Fine. Excited.
Awesome. When was the last time you did Instagram live stream?
Maybe 3 months ago.
Oh, 3 months ago. That's not that bad. I actually did one, I think in spring. You know, since I have Patreon page, I reserve the live streams exclusively for Patreons. But it's awesome to be back, and thank you for joining us today on the live stream.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. If you could just tell a little bit about yourself. So I want to introduce Kristina because she is not only an awesome singer, she's also a vocal coach and a model. So we want to know everything about it. So let's start with your band. Tell us a little bit about your band.
I am the vocalist of Born in Exile. It's a band from Barcelona. We've been together since 2015. And we have 2 records out. We do progressive metal, but easy to hear. It's not that kind of progressive metal that everyone hates. We played in a few festivals in Spain. One was Rockfest. It's very known in Europe. And that's it. And I sing in another band too. They started in the quarantine. I entered in August. We don't have much, really, very much things, but the name is Uneven Frame. And
what kind of style?
It's like genty, like a little bit of death metal, something like BSO, a lot of things mixed, and it's like an experiment. Let's see how it goes.
So yeah. Quite a lot of time you need to manage both bands, right?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, that's true. Awesome. So also you are a vocal coach, and some of you guys probably you don't know, in Barcelona there is, and I'll read this so I don't make a mistake, it's Metal Academy School of Music.
Yeah.
So I get to know about this academy actually before we met, and I was very surprised. I was like, yeah, there's an academy teaching everything related to metal, so you have all the instruments there, and you told me that you can even learn to play a metal violin there, which is just insane. I used to play violin, and just imagining playing the metal violin, that's even better. So tell us about you being a teacher in this school, and also a little bit about the school itself, because I don't think many countries have schools like that, especially for metal.
No. The thing I know is we are the only school devoted to metal in Europe because we have all the instruments. We found some academies that they do only vocals, but
Right.
doing all the instruments are only us. And
Wow.
being a teacher there is great. It's a really good experience because you go there to work and you work with your friends, like with people that you are seeing in the concerts, you know. Oh, that one is my friend from long time ago. Hey, do you give classes? Yes, I do class. I give classes in Metal Academy. Wow, what the fuck is that? And that's the first time I heard it. And when we played with Born in Exile in Rockfest Barcelona, there was a stand, a really nice stand of Metal Academy School of Music. And when we finished the show, the staff of the concert said to me, "Hey, Metal Academy wants you to go there and talk with you." And I was, "What do you want?" What can I do for you? And the boss, the director, Carlos, said to me, "Hey, I have a school, as you can see. Do you want to give classes there?" And I said, "Well, of course."
Wow.
But
Cool.
I was giving classes in my studio, but giving
When
classes
was
in
it? Which year was it when he asked you to join?
2018. 2018.
2018. Okay, that's cool. So you've been teaching there for 2 years.
Yes.
Awesome.
And it's a really good experience. I love it. And since 2018, I don't have a job. I go there to enjoy.
Right. It doesn't feel like a work anymore.
No.
Absolutely. Which I totally love also about the teaching. You know, it feels like your students are your friends. They don't
Yes.
feel like clients or students.
Mm.
And it's just you're having so much fun that you're like, am I getting paid even for that? It's great, you know.
Yeah. You meet
Plus,
people that you meet people and they like the music that you like. They enjoy
yeah.
the same things that you enjoy, and it's really cool to give your knowledge to them. And yeah.
I remember, you know, when I was starting to teach, it was almost 10 years ago when I started to teach, and I was teaching everything, you know, just like everybody does. So my background training is popular singing, so contemporary singing. And so I was teaching pop. I was basically anyone who came in, I tried to figure out, you know, what to do with that kind of person, with that kind of singer. But then the more I studied extreme vocals, the more I developed the metal singing myself, then I understood I just want to go that path. And I don't know if you had the same experience, but for me, I remember that decision now to change my vocal studio back then to just teach rock and metal vocals. It almost felt like, in a weirdly sense, like a suicide, that I would lose a lot of students right now. And, you know, maybe there would not be enough rock and metal singers coming to study with me. But exactly what you just mentioned turned to be true. The right people came. You know, back in the day, I had the situation when a woman comes with a little dog and a boyfriend to a voice lesson. And I'm like, oh my God, it's just, you know, it's crazy. You know what I mean? It's a person from a different world that I do not understand, and she doesn't understand my world. So at the end, it was really difficult for us to communicate in one level, you know, like one frequency, if you will. And right when I started to teach rock and metal vocals, that thing happened, that only people who are on the same wavelength as I am came in for the lessons, and it's really easy to work like that.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yes, of course. And but when I started to give classes, it happens the same for me. Most of my students were contemporary students. Like I like to sing. I want to sing like Lady Gaga. I want to sing like Beyonce, like Katy Perry, and everything like that. And okay, let's do the exercises and do your song. And I'm going to teach you that you like. But I was like, oh, but I like. I want to be a little bit extreme, you know. And giving classes in the school has approached a lot of people from the scene to me. It's like, hey, okay, I sing nice and I can teach you that. But what if you try to sing with me something like Slipknot, something like Mudvayne, something like Ginger, something like Arch Enemy or something like that? No, it's like, okay, I can do that. Yeah, you can do that. Okay, let's try it. And I have pop singers that they want to have a bit of raspy voice, for example. No?
Right. It's a big, right?
Yes, the people are very, very interested in vocal effects.
Yeah. It's amazing to see how these types of vocals transfer to totally different genres. So pop music is a big one. You know, they call it the grunts and also the rasps and everything.
Yes.
And the new trend, did you know that it's also now cool for rappers to scream?
Yeah.
Now the rappers are also incorporating screaming and growling in the songs, which is amazing. So I'm actually I'm very happy about it to see that these vocal techniques are spreading, you know. So I want to read some comments. So people joining here, don't feel that lonely out there. So Gernot says, Born in Exile proves that prog metal can also be very, very melodic. Okay. Then Gernot also says, a friend of mine, Marcel Cobret, who lives in Barcelona, once told me about this school some while ago. So there's someone who knows about the school. The chat is very, very tricky here. So sorry, guys, if my phone is shaking here. There was a question to you. Oro says, wish they could develop those in more countries. The schools. And there's a question. Are the classes given in English or Spanish?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Both. We give classes online. I have students from Paraguay, from another parts of Spain, and some of my colleagues has students from Germany or Italy. We do online classes, and the school wants to expand a little bit in Europe, but now maybe it's not the best moment for nothing, but maybe before the lockdown, the school was. We received a call to the school from a guy from Italy, saying that he wanted to open a school called Metal Academy School of Music with our patterns of business, and it was really, really, really cool. And the school expect in a time, maybe in the future, to do it. Okay. But now they are a little bit being careful with the situation because you know, COVID.
Well,
But yeah.
yes, the missile ruined a lot of plans this year. That's for sure.
Yeah,
So,
that's, you know, with the lockdown, we had new enrollments.
all right.
It was amazing. It's like, okay, we have a lockdown. The people are in their homes. The people are losing their jobs, but they want to have classes. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
what's happening? But we
Yeah.
were okay, cool.
It's totally understandable. I had the same situation when the COVID started. Actually, before the COVID, you know, I didn't have a lot of classes. I was thinking about getting a normal job. You know what I mean? The normal job
Okay.
out there. And when the COVID came, so many students came. Because here's the thing, they were locked in the four walls. They were, you know,
Yeah.
going crazy. That's what happened. You know, people going crazy when they have nothing to do. They cannot go outside. So they have all this time in their hands now. And also that they save the money for sure because they're not spending it anywhere. So a lot of people thought, why not to learn something? Why not to take some online classes? And I had a lot of students during the first and the second wave of COVID for sure. Yeah, it's totally understandable. So Abraham says, not trying sound like a simp, but you all are way better than Katy Perry. Oh, right. Well, the Katy Perry can roar for sure. That's a compliment. Thank you. Right. So what other guys, let us know your questions. Please type your questions in the chat. We're reading them. Of course, we have some topics we want to cover on this live stream, but I'm scrolling along and trying to read your comments. Love your voice, Mara Lisenko. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Awesome. So I'm very happy to hear that you have a big plans for Academy.
Yes.
All success, so it spreads around the world and teaches the guys and girls the right technique so they're not trashing their voices. You have a mission there.
Yes.
For sure. Right. What about modeling?
What about modeling?
About this too.
This is a tricky thing because I don't like to model. I don't like modeling, but I understand that it's necessary. And with the time, I get used to it. Let me explain a little bit more. My boyfriend is he's a photographer.
Okay. You're forced.
Yes, and he said to me, hey, maybe we can do some pictures, we can do some photos for you, for promo.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Maybe you can use it for your Instagram and make it a little bit nicer. And okay, let's do it. And I am doing a photo session once or twice per month right now. Wow. It's like people who has stores send clothes to me for pictures or rings, jewelry, some things like that, and I am very grateful about that. But it's like, oh, okay, we have work to do. I have some clothes. I need to put them and do some pictures because it's like a circle. I cannot stop right now. It's like, okay, the picture, okay, let's do it. And, I learned to be happy and to like it. Yes.
Right.
The first times when you see, or it happened to me, when I was looking at pictures and I said, oh, I don't like it. Oh, I have this here and this other thing like that, and my nose is very big, and my eyes are too little, and my makeup is not that good, and my hair is frizzy, and you know, these things. And now it's like, okay, I can wait. Okay, I like it. My makeup is not that good. Okay, I like it. And this is who I am, you know. And
Right, right. There is absolutely a beauty in the modeling. Here's the thing: when I was, you know, teenager, when I was a kid, I hated to take pictures. You know, that someone took a picture of me. I don't even have a lot of pictures from my childhood. But then the situation kind of changed, and I ended up working as a model too. And I did the promotional modeling for 2 years in England.
okay.
I did that. But then eventually I returned to music, you know, because that's my thing. I felt like, you know, it was fun to do for a while, and I felt I was doing it quite well, but at the end, it's like, I was like, I need to go back to music. And when I returned, it felt like going back home, you know, that that feel. You're like, you return home, you're like, phew. But again, it's really nice to try out different things, and you can find beauty in a lot of aspects. For example, in modeling, a lot of people have this assumption, oh, anyone can be a model, just have a pretty face and blah, 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 whatever, and just take pictures. Have you tried the fashion modeling? Have you did these poses? It's insane. I've tried the fashion modeling for once only in my life, and I stopped. I was like, I'm not doing it anymore. All my back hurt because, you know, you see these models making these super unnatural poses there, and it looks cool and nice, but if you're there and you have to stand for hours in these crooked poses, it's just insane. Everything hurt really a lot. So I do appreciate the work that models do, and it's not that easy as it seems, guys. It's not easy at all. So we have a question from Danielle. Danielle asks, how much do you miss the live stage? There's a silence. There's a silence between us. Oh my God. Can we even count that? It's just. What's your first impression when you get asked a question like that? For me, it's like it's like a freezing sensation. Like like
it's like the stage is like home. You know, it's like the only place that I feel comfortable. I feel strong. I feel powerful. It's the stage, and without it, it's like, okay, let's live another day doing normal things.
Right.
Yes, and the feeling to get of being in touch with the people, and the people are staring at you like, wow, like a ping pong game, no? You move and the people stare at you. It's like, wow, and they listen to you. And I know people that they know my lyrics, and when I sing, they are singing. It's like, oh, the same thing I do when I go to a concert and I see my favorite singer. And this feels really, really a lot, your heart. And now it's like, okay, I have something dead inside, but okay, I'll be okay, no worries.
Right. If I think about it, my last show was last October. Okay, so damn, if I try to keep myself busy all the time. That's my remedy. That's my antidepressant, or, you know, whatever, you know, my pill. It's just I keep myself busy. I do other things. I do recordings. I do guest appearances. I do featurings. I do a lot of other stuff. I try to not to think about it, to be honest, because when I stop and I'm like, okay, my last show was last October. The next show will be hopefully in April, and I know you have a show also coming up in March, which is not certain. Of course, in the current situation. And it's very overwhelming when you think about it in those terms. You know what? But then contrary, I think it will be like building this energy inside, building it, building it, building. And I think the first show that I will do, guys, just be prepared. I think I will burst like a volcano. It'll be just explosion.
Okay.
You know, you
Bring
can't
bread for the rocks and the fire.
Yeah, I'll be a fire show like in your face. Like honestly, I think it's that frustration has built in for too damn long, and it will just come out. And I also hope that the people will appreciate the live shows even more. You know, and then people will come and support the bands, which I see currently. For example, you know, the Patreon, and we talked about Patreon as well before, because Kristina also thinks about doing her Patreon page, and I really hope you do it. So through the Patreon, I've noticed this huge support that artists currently have, because the listeners, they understand the situation where we are at the moment, and they're so willing to support musicians. So I think being on these platforms like Patreon, it just helps you so much to connect with your supporters, and you know, allowing them to help you, and in return you're giving something back as well in terms of all kinds of benefits, you know, live streams, and you know, writing letters, sending postcards, and sending exclusive merch and stuff like that. So I'm super grateful for all my Patreons that are supporting me during this time, because it's so damn important. It is important for every musician, but especially for underground musicians. It might be a matter of life and death. I know it sounds a bit too much, you know, but a lot of bands, you know, will split up during this time. That's an inevitable truth for sure. So please do, guys, continue supporting your favorite underground musicians. It just means so much now more than ever, for sure.
We have a question here, but it's like maybe we can have a debate of that. Sri Lanka Bra says, "Can you do inhale screams?" And I put it in that. I put it in that thing. What do you think about inhale screams?
Oh, here's the thing. I haven't seen scientific research done on them, but, you know, most of the vocal coaches would agree that don't do it. Just don't do it. Simply, you know, it's really strange and weird when you're sucking the air in, as well as it sounds weird. It sounds awkward. Whenever I hear someone doing inhale screams and they see, when the shaping of the words is just so strange. I totally don't suggest doing this. And the same guy asks, do a growl or the inhale or exhale? Oh, I just did inhale. So exhale is here you go. You're welcome. So hope you liked it. Okay, Kristina, what is your opinion about inhale screams?
Same as you. The system, it's made for, the vocal system is made for exhale. Inhale in silent, exhale with sound. That's the thing.
All right.
All the things that get in your lungs, like saliva, the air, the smoke, or something like. Think about if your vocal folds are working and they are working normally, like exhaling the air, and you can spit when you talk, like pa pa pa, and you see the saliva going. think about if you dedicate 1 hour, 2 hours, or 1 hour per day singing, inhale, screaming with all this saliva entering in your lungs. Okay, good luck, my friend, and all the stress for the system, because when you exhale, you have a lot of things that cover you and helps you to sound good and to place the tones. But inhaling, you don't have the same spaces.
Right. So I kind of, here's the thing, that sometimes it sounds kind of nice for the pig squeals, but again, guys, you can do the same thing with the exhale, and you know, and even if you choose to do inhales, just do that pig squeal and go back for the exhale. Do not stay there. And I've seen it being limiting. And every time I do actually a demonstration, my voice is just like, it feels muted. You know what I mean? So guys, don't do inhales. Better not. Someone says, oh, the name is so long, I cannot really read it. Chris, how can you be so beautiful?
La cabra de la muerte. Yeah.
Kristina, you're gorgeous. You're so good looking.
Yeah. Bueno, her is true. She's Clau, and she has a YouTube channel, and she rocks. And she's the sexiest girl I ever seen. Okay, la cabra de la muerte, estás buenísima.
Oh, there's a compliment for me too. Tacos Raps says Mara's looks are the best looks I've ever seen. Holy fuck!
Wow.
Thank you, my friend. I'm glad you like my dreadlocks. So Tam says, I've always sung in a very clean way and lyrical style. Is there hope for me to learn to growl? I feel I will never succeed. Okay, so the first question is, why do you think you will never succeed? Maybe you've tried and it didn't work. Just know that there are plenty of techniques out there. If false chord doesn't work for you, try fry screaming. If fry screaming doesn't work for you, then try grit, you know, go for different approaches and see what makes sense the most for you and which feels the best for you, also suits your musical style the best. Because here's the thing, you know, I call these vocal techniques like churches sometimes. You have the church of fry scream, and then you have the church of false chord, and they fight with each other. You know, they go like, false chord is superior, no, fry scream is superior, and then you know, they would like bash each other. It's not true. Whatever works for you. If you like false chord type of sound, if you're a more extreme type of person like I am, go for false chord. Don't be afraid. And on contrary, if you're listening to kind of more of the core music, punk, you know, all kinds of newer genres in metal, then go for fry scream. You know, there's no right or wrong way. It's just whatever works the best for you. Also, you've done clean singing before, so you have the fundament of how the voice works, which is super beneficial when you're adding the extreme vocals on top of that. So I think it would be, you know, kind of easier for you to add extreme vocals. And if you need a guidance, again, there's vocal coaches like Kristina and me, and out there you can reach out and have a lesson or two and see where can you go with this technique, or what can you do with your voice. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised.
Okay.
Right, so Dennis says, would be awesome to see both your bands live together on tour.
Wow.
Kristina, we have to make it happen.
Yes,
and we have to sing a duo. We need to sing a duo. Here's the thing, maybe you guys don't know, but actually me and Kristina, we live about 200 kilometers from each other. But we haven't met in the real life yet. There's a travel restrictions in Spain at the moment, and I was planning actually to come to Barcelona but it's not allowed on weekends. And this is when I have the free time on the weekends. So I really hope I'll get to Barcelona to meet you. Oh my God. But Kristina will have a show in March in Girona, and you will play with another awesome band, Morpheum.
Yes.
And guess what? If that show is about to happen, I'll be there. And I really hope Morpheum will invite me on the stage, because we did I did a guest appearance for one of their tracks. So maybe in March we'll see each other, if not sooner. Maybe.
Yeah, cross fingers. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So
Uneven Frame, that's my band. Oh, okay. I need to say something about Uneven Frame, and it is really cool. I do fry screens with them because I'm from the fry screen church. I'm so sorry. And
right.
And all my bandmates like to scream, and always in our group of chat, something says guttural, guttural audio, and they send an audio about his try of the day. It's like, what do you think, guys? Oh yeah, that's nice. And doing false chord, fry screams, and whatever, pig squeal or humi, kajira, something like that. And they are really, really cool in doing that, because I feel like, wow, they are very into vocals. I need to be really, really good, man. But yeah, we are enjoying a lot about that. And they say it's been sincerely frustrating. Yeah, growls and fast chord, and yeah.
Right, right. So what are the techniques that you use, Kristina? So you are from, you said the fry, the fry church.
Yeah, fry.
I really hope though you don't put a cross on the false chord screamers.
No.
Then.
No, if I don't do fast chords, it's because I can't now, because I have some things to fix in my body, nothing with my larynx related, but I don't want to be in risk of get pain, because I work with my boys, and I only try new things when I am on vacations or when I have free time. And now I have a lot of work, and I say, okay, I'm going to try it when I am going to be healthy and when I have time. And
right.
The things that I can do, it's fry scream. It's very safe for me, and I feel it's really easy in me. And I sing with grit. It's my I am specialist in that way of singing.
Yeah, you're great, girl. If you haven't, sorry, Kristina, if you haven't heard her singing, go to her Instagram page and check out her videos, especially the ones she does a cappella. It's amazing. I've shared your videos before. You're great. Yes, your grits are so good.
But I like to teach that, and I like to do it because I had a lot of research about that, and I found some mechanisms that you can do without pain and without feeling any harm in your voice. And it's like, okay, I've been trying like 15 years to find a healthy voice, a healthy grit voice, and I went to people who know that they can find it too, but they don't need 15 years. They only need a few months to develop. It's very easy, but you need to understand a lot of things of the clean singing.
clean singing basis. I personally do not teach grit if a student doesn't have a clean singing basis. I'm like, once you learn the belting, then come back and we'll add the grit on top of that, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like it's gonna just collapse, happen. So, which one was the easiest technique for you to do? So, fry scream or grit? Which one is the easiest for you?
Grit,
I mean, which
definitely
easy?
Grit, definitely.
You're a grit. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I've been using grit since I was 14, maybe. It came to me like magically. Like, hey, wow, sounds nice, I like it. Wow, I can do that. I can sing like Corey Taylor. Wow. Hey, friends, look, I can do that. And my friends were like, okay, stop it. Okay, that's okay, that's okay. But I've been using it since I was 14, and I am 31, and my doctor says that I have a very strong voice and my vocal cords are really good, and they are in shape, and I feel proud about it because I found it by myself. And when I found it,
awesome,
I wanted to get information about it. To be researching about all these techniques, and okay, I can learn. I have it, but I can explain it to another person. And the fry scream came like 5 years ago, and it came too difficult for me in the first sight, because was like, okay, I need to be delicate. Wow, I don't know how to do it. and I was trying to improve on other parts of my clean singing and be more aware of what happens inside my throat, and research a lot more and get the vocal coach title, and study a lot of vocals and anatomy of the voice, and then it came
right.
healthy, and it was like, oh, nice, I like it. I like that sensation because it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, actually being a vocal coach, especially extreme vocal coach, requires a lot of studies. Okay, so this is something that I hear a talented screamer saying, oh, I'll go to teach, because they think maybe now it's trendy or whatever, you know, and they want to go out and teach, but they don't have that knowledge yet. Okay, so unfortunately, they risk of just missing a very valuable information that you know with the studying, okay, the anatomy of the voice, what structures are involved, okay, how to do it safely, what are the most common mistakes. You have to really know all of that in detail. So it's not like, oh, I'm a great singer, now I can go teach everyone else, okay? So I've heard quite a lot that for great screamers, they get asked quite often, oh, you're such a great screamer, can you teach me? And you know, sometimes they do try and go and teach teach those students, but they do not succeed because they're lacking that. They, exactly as you said, you know, they cannot explain. They're just doing something and they cannot name what exactly it is they're doing. And they can't explain it as well to the students. So yeah, for sure, a lot of studying goes in there to become a vocal coach. And I've had even some students who've been very good at vocals, and they say, I want to become a vocal coach. I'm like, okay, that's great. I always help, you know, my students on that path. So I'm like, okay, now here are the books you need to read just to know the basics. So I'm just giving them all the suggestions, everything that they need to do. And once they see what the work it involves, they go, maybe I better stay to singing, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe I won't go to teach anyone else. Because guys, yeah, it's, of course, there's a lot of knowledge until you can call yourself an extreme vocal coach, for sure. So yeah, talking about the techniques, the same as you said, for me has been a false chord. You know, I discovered the sound when I was 13 years old, just trying to do that, and it just came super easy. Unfortunately, back then there was no YouTube, there was no coaching, nothing, and I did some clean singing with my opera teacher, and of course she had no clue what the hell I was doing. And it was trial and error, and I must say it, I got a lot of things right, and I got a lot of things really badly. You know, I did injure my voice as well back then. So whenever I started to study the vocals in depth, you know, this is where I finally could say, okay, I know what I'm doing. And even if I cross the boundary of safety, if, let's say, the lyrical approach requires that, or the song requires for that, I know what I'm doing, and I know how to get back, and I have the safety net of the technique underneath. So that's what I also explain to all of the students too. Muhammad says, love you, girl, Mara. Thank you so much. So let's read some more comments there. All metal girls are sexiest in the world. Wow, that's great.
Nice.
That's true. Metal girls do it better.
Yeah.
Right. Hi guys. Hi, hello everyone. Okay, where are your questions? Difference between fry and grit, please, Kristina. That's your.
Okay, let me. Okay, differences between fry and grit. Okay.
Yeah.
They sound a little bit different, and they use a different mechanism, more or less. Okay. When you do grit, you go with your voice, and you put something on top of your voice to be not alone, to be together, you know. And you can put it, you can activate it, and you can deactivate it. And it's you can use it like in rock, pop, metal, hard rock. Okay, you can use it in country music, in soul, in blues, if you want. Okay, and it's like more something that goes with your voice, like hey, and you put on top hey. You put a little bit of grit, and
right. And a lot of people, sorry, I just want to comment on that. A lot of people think that when they hear the sound, I think there's a lot of it, right?
No,
I think that's one of the common mistakes. When they hear someone else doing the sound, they think it's about so much of the grit, but there's just a tiny bit of it.
Just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. It's like, I like to explain it that way. You can compress your air, okay, to sing, like on a belt. You can say, hey, hey, and you put the belt, compress the air, and you can put it. And you use, surprisingly, a tiny bit of air. If you hypercompress, you get to the grit, and you say, hey! And you can put it on top of your voice. And that's the thing that it's really cool.
That was an awesome demonstration. Everyone clap in the chat for that awesome grit Kristina did.
And I like to say that it's something like we are with friends, okay? It's something like thinking about you are going to poop. You can put it like this, like I'm holding the air, and you go for it. And the fry is something different because it works in a different way. If when you sing, your vocal folds are flopping like this. The fry scream is flopping like this, and it comes a noisy sound. You need to be very delicate. You are not going to have a big volume with that in the first place. You need to be very aware of what is happening in your throat, because you need to feel it. You need to feel the sensations. You need to put it in a way. You need to be very subtle with the air and try, and it's like and you can go a tiny bit, but you cannot go louder as the grid in the first in the first place. And it's the thing that people don't like. It's like, but I want to be louder. I know
Right.
you want to be louder. Yes, but oh, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. Okay, yes, I know that you don't know how to do it, but try it. No, but it sounds really bad. No, but try it. And for both techniques, you need a coach, definitely, because you can find videos, but the only one who is going to listen to you in the moment is your coach, and the only one who is going to give you personal advices is your coach. Because if you have some injuries, if you have some problems with your, I don't know, with vocal placing or with breathe or with compression, the only one who can fix it is your coach, because you are not going to listen to it. You are not capable to listen to your voice when you are screaming or when you are trying to screaming. While you're trying to scream, no? And
yeah. Yeah, I think about fry in general, the hardest time for students to get is that it's actually not loud. It's not supposed to be loud, and it's not about pushing forward. This is not, guys, how the fry works, and do not go that path. Actually, we have only 7 minutes left, okay? Or even 6. Yeah, the time flies. So let's just take a few more questions and let's just answer them. What books would you recommend to learn more about vocal agility? I would suggest you to do riffs and runs. There are YouTube series called Breaking Down the Riffs by Natalie Weiss. It's amazing. If you learn to do riffs with her, you'll be very flexible with your voice. So go for that. So Daniel asks, when you injure your vocal folds, do you have to stop talking to recover? Yes, talking is the best medicine. Just go silent.
Yeah.
24 hours if you can. If you need to talk, please do not talk a lot. Do not whisper. Whisper is also very violent for the voice, although it doesn't seem so. And drink a lot of water and just relax. There's no substitute to vocal recovery, really. You can't take the lozenge and everything. That doesn't fix the issue. Just stop talking. You know, if you have to talk. Do not talk a lot, and just let your voice recover, really. Anything you wanted to add, Kristina, on that?
No, same as you. It's like try to rest and be like very serious with that. Like, okay, yeah. I cannot talk. That's it.
Right. Yeah, make a signs, write a signs. I've done that. Yeah. It's so annoying. just write whatever you want to say on the paper and show it to people. Easy, but you're taking care of your voice, you know. That's important. That's the most important thing. Someone says a lot of great hair.
Yeah.
We have an awesome hair. Thank you guys so much for your compliments. That's really nice.
Okay.
What is
the most? No.
Oh, you read the same question,
Yes.
right? What is the most difficult distortion technique to teach? You know what? I don't think it's difficult. Sometimes people ask me, oh, which one is easiest to start with? You know, just as we discussed before, right? For some people, the grid is super easy right at the beginning. For some, it's fry screen. For some, it's false chord. Wherever your voice goes organically, okay? I call it organically, not naturally, because these are not really natural sounds we're making, you know?
Yeah.
So whenever that goes, I don't know if you can really say that. Usually maybe people have the most difficult time with the high screams because, again, they do not know exactly how the mechanism works for the high screams. So there's a lot of injury can happen exactly there because they just want to force it up there. They do not know that it's actually about the resonance. Anything you want to add, Kristina?
No. No. I think like you, it's you need to go with the distortion that fits the most in you, and the less pain you feel, the goodest you will be. And then if you want to try another techniques, be like okay, maybe it is difficult, but not impossible. But
right.
If you are into one distortion, maybe it will be easy to go for another one. But you need to try. You need to try with the version. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, if the technique doesn't come out straight away, it doesn't mean you cannot develop it. So for example, for me, actually one of the most difficult techniques was the grit. I was trying to figure out that technique for 2 years until I got it, you know. So I thought at the beginning, oh, it's probably not for me. It's not my technique, but I really wanted to learn. I didn't want to sing clean all the way through, clean and nice. So I was fighting for that technique, and fighting. And finally, you know, I figured out how it works. So if you really want to learn the technique, and if it doesn't come, you know, straight away, just be more patient, put the time in. If you can, just go ask for a professional guidance to help you with that, so you can do everything that you set your mind to. Write some encouraging words. All right, to end on this, I want to read a very last comment, which is super supportive, from Dennis Barbian. And he says, to all people watching, let's support these artists. So let's share both bands, videos, websites on the social media. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is so supportive. Thank you so much. And guys, anything else you want to say, Kristina, on the end? Because we have to wrap this up and finish.
Thank you to everyone who joined it today, and thank you, Mara, for having me here. And definitely, I'm going to get my car and meet you when it's the time and the situation ends. But yeah, thank you for your support, guys.
Yeah, this has been really awesome. Thank you. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday evening of Advent. Is it second or third? I've lost the count. Sorry. Thank you so much for spending this hour with us. And thank you to you, gorgeous Kristina. Thank you so much for joining. You are amazing. Please go and support Kristina and her bands. And see you soon again for another live stream. Who knows whenever that's going to happen. And take care of your voices. Continue to practice and learn. You can do anything. Much love to you all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.